All right, this is the second VOD Sebte sent me. This is the second VOD. This is still more plat. I guess this is like medium to meet to high plat because there's a diamond in here. But we continue. Watchpoint Gibraltar. I don't know what he's gonna play. Probably a tank. If it's anything like the last. If it's anything like the last game, yeah, it's more Winston. Winston's Diva Zarya. I think Hellshock is going to say that he was in your last game. At least that name looks familiar, so I don't know. Which is interesting because you're in plat, like that doesn't doesn't happen as often in plat. Um, I forgot to check up what the other couple guys are playing. They're playing really far up. Where you are is the meta, but you should be asking them to come up and stay upstairs. But there's actually no point in you guys being up this far. Actually probably should have told them to back off, um, because the health packs aren't even all that good for you guys. But you guys aren't being punished for it, so. Well, McCree died, so where? So you need to be actually up there, and you should just let the cart move forward. Like there's some times that you just want the cart to move forward to essentially bait the other team to go in. Like there's no reason for your team to be up that far. You want the cart to actually be just where you are at, like because where you guys are fighting is way too far forward. Good catch, but don't stand in Junkrat. I think you said in your request that you were trying to get the diamond. You can't do this in diamond. I'm letting you know now. Like you guys are getting away with something you can't do at a higher level, and if that's where your goal is, that's you should have just backed out. You honestly could have just backed out. You may be thinking, oh no, I'm wasting my ult. You're not, really. You used it to survive the fact that you were stuck in a Junkrat trap. It's already served its purpose at that point. So you didn't really need to die there. Because you need to be alive now. See how like standing too far forward is now screwing with your team? Like you just gave them a free point because your team couldn't group up to take out to actually fight for the point. Like, I'm pretty sure that it wasn't intentional, but when the other team killed you at their spawn, um, they killed you guys very slowly, like one at a time. So you ended up all trickling in when you were trying to save the point. Good pick. You guys should just go back inside. You're overextending again. You're taking fights a little bit too far forward. You should be abusing the natural choke points that are in the hangar in this stage of the map. Yeah, if you're gonna die on the cart, just die. If you're gonna die and you're that close to the cart, just might as well just die on the cart. Stop the cart from moving forward. Okay, don't use your ult here, no matter what. That was interesting. Oh. That was interesting. That was weird. Oh well. Happens. Probably could have dropped a little bit more health before launching your ult, but it's okay. You guys are holding pretty well though right now. I feel like the round coming up is just going to be a stomp. And how much time is left? I mean, it's really hard to find games that where it's like really close. You were saying that in your message to me that you you needed tips on what to do with your ult. I mean, you were doing fine. Like with your Winston ult, like there wasn't anything wrong with it. Winston's ult is kind of just for him to survive, really. You should be using it. You should try to use it offensively when you know that your Ana or some healer is able to heal you. But otherwise, I think it's better to just like, so you have 1,000 health, yeah. So you just, if you lose everything but 400, I think that's an, if you lose 600 health, so you have 400 health at the end of it, I think that's a good ult. And if you were able to kill some people along with it, you should actually just be with your team right now. You have no idea where people are. Oh yeah, go mess that McCree up. Yeah, just knock him off. You should be dodging left and right here, so that way you don't get shot at by McCree. McCree's acting like he just completely forgot about you. Yeah, cool. The better pick for this map, though, might have been Reinhardt, but instead of Winston. I don't think anyone else dives with you. Well, we have your Reaper, so that's good. Good jump forward. Go mess that guy up. Just back off. Like, whenever there's someone behind you like that, who cares? That person doesn't actually matter. Because now that there's this fight, a team fight coming up here, they can't actually do anything. There's no, it's a 6v5, or it's a 5v6 for them. Though, yeah, team white PR is fine. There's no problem here. As long as your team still has ults when you all get back.
Então, pera aí, começa comigo, pera aí, deixa eu chegar aí e pá, voltar, se liga. Não, espera esse cara morrer. Tá na longe pra caralho. Tá bom,
That was good. No complaints here. Good job. You should just escape. Most of your team was really far behind you. Okay, now go in. Take the win. Go mess that McCree up. Maybe? Nope. Lucio got him. I guess you guys are winning. I was gonna say don't use your ult here, but it's probably fine. Oh! Did it just cut out? Is that where the VOD ends?
Tem uma meia na minha cola aqui, filha da
Okay then. There's not too much to talk about. Like, you did okay. You probably would have done better with Reinhardt. Since you were worried about comboing with Zarya, since you couldn't play Zarya, you should have just played Reinhardt. Because Reinhardt doesn't necessarily need to combo with Zarya. He just needs to shield. He can just have his shield up and he'll be have value. Whereas Winston, if you're not going in with a coordinated Zarya and a coordinated Ana, it's a bit more tough to do so. Yeah, you did fine once someone died, but I don't know. You probably you should, in terms of like target choices, you should definitely, what you thought, like the support DPS tank is correct, but you really should just dive in and try to kill squishies. Mercy, of course, is the first one you should aim at, but for the other ones, Ana would probably be a good one to kill. Yeah, I didn't really have too much of a problem with your target acquisition. You probably could have switched off of the tank a little bit earlier in some cases. I think one of the fights you started hitting a tank before anything else, but your team kind of steamrolled a bit, so it's harder to identify things where you went wrong, because I don't think you were playing too wrong. I think you were just playing Winston at not the best time because there wasn't too much to support you. Like, your team wasn't too coordinated. At least you felt like your team wasn't coordinating enough, so I don't. Winston's really based around coordination, and if there's a lot of if at least the Zarya and the Genji or Tracer and the Ana are with you, then Winston's very powerful. But until then, he's kind of hit or miss. Seemed fine though overall. Your Zarya play in the other game was okay. This one was okay too. If I think of something, I'll probably just send you a message, but if you have other VODs, I will be happy to check them out. But as for this VOD, I think it's done. Try to finish the game so that way I don't sit here wondering if you actually won. You probably won though. You should press tab a little bit more, as I said in the last VOD, so that way you know who's up, if they did any composition switches, and who on your team is up and what else they have. It's always better to check too many times than not to know. Like, you should know everything about the enemy team. That's probably the difference between Diamond and Plat, is because your positioning was fine and you don't really need to aim with Winston, so you just need to be able to predict when things are going to happen, and that's a skill that can bring you all the way to Masters if you can predict when the ults of the enemy team are going to come out, where they're going to be at a certain time. That's pretty much what the pros do. Alright, that's it for this VOD.